I talked about Elon Musk. In 2021, on Saturday Night Live, during the monologue, he told the world that he has Asperger's syndrome. And based on what we've seen over the last 48 hours, I'm just wondering what sort of some of the side effects or symptoms of that could be and how that could relate to some of the behavior that we've witnessed over the last few days.
And the comedy in that Saturday Night Live monologue where he announced that he has essentially autistic spectrum disorder. And again, a lot of controversy about how we categorize these things and is this really a pathology or not? But he identified it as such. And then he went on to say, "You've heard me talk. Haven't you heard me speak?" That's what that is. What you're seeing, that odd pattern of speech. But the main thing with Asperger's is a difficulty with reading social cues. And that could be contributing to what we've seen with his social media outbursts lately. But I suspect it's something a little different, which is that if you read his biography, this man will go on these hypomanic binges where he works for days at a time without sleeping. There's all these descriptions of his relentlessness, him struggling with a problem at 6 p.m., sitting on the side of the bed, and his wife waking up at 5 a.m. and he's still in the same position that he was at 6 p.m., having not moved the entire time. Hypomania is something that many very successful people have. The risk with it, though, is that occasionally it can flip into mania, where there's irritability. You add in sort of a lack of risk assessment. They can't quite acknowledge risk. And then autism on top of that, where there might be a difficulty really understanding the impact of what he's doing. It all kind of has that flavor. And is he bipolar? Is he not? I don't know him, but it kind of looks like he's flipped into kind of an abnormal state here. And it was interesting. Trump yesterday just sort of tossed it off like, I don't know, seems to be a Trump derangement syndrome that kicks in when people leave Washington. It was really kind of interesting. So I think this thing will resolve.
I'm so glad that you were able to be with us tonight. You're right. Donald Trump was surprisingly restrained on social media. My team put together a list of some of the symptoms and side effects of Asperger's. And by the way, Elon Musk, incredibly successful, the richest man in the history of our species as human beings. Remarkable. Social difficulties, repetitive behavior, narrowed interest, difficulty developing friendships, difficulty with change, emotional difficulties, and social awkwardness. I thought the difficulty with change is fascinating because think about what just happened. He's no longer part of the administration.
Yeah, it could be part of it. Again, but it's not the whole story. There's more going on. And how he got flipped into this state of irritability and sort of inflation, we call it, or agitation. There's a lot of ways you can get there. But I do suspect somebody will grab him and go, "Hey, dude, come on, let's get it back together here." It's unfortunate this happened. Look, it's all those strengths that he has that I admire Elon Musk. Like, I read his biography. Please do. You'll really love this man. But it has liabilities, and I think we're seeing that right now.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's already happened. This morning, the tweets were fast and furious like they were late yesterday, but this afternoon, it quieted down, or at least it felt that way. I could be wrong, but at least felt that way.